Welcome to Sith Talkers, the Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Mike. Ferrando, joined by my special guest host, Robbie, Wan Kenobi! Discussing, debating a variety of Star Wars topics. Welcome to episode 77, the September What If Star Wars scenario!
It's like 7-Up, but better. We're 1-7 away from winning triple digits.
All right, Sith Talkers, you know what time of the month it is. It's time for the what ifs in Lando's head and Robbie Wan Kenobi's head. And I'm always interested what the hell comes out of Robbie Wan Kenobi's head over here every month. So
interested myself, I never know where it goes.
But Sith Talkers, you know how we started off on Sith Talkers really quickly here. So, you know, right? Random thoughts with Lando here at the beginning. So, I randomly think about Star Wars during the week, like I always do.
Sounds about right.
And, so, my random thought this week was Jango Fett. So, you know Jango Fett. Father, bounty hunter, just a guy trying to make his living.
Say something about Jango that's bad. I'll snap on you. He's one of my favorite characters.
No. I am defending Jango Fett. Okay, so hear me out. But once again, father.
Why is he on trial? What is going on?
Father, bounty hunter, just trying to make a living out in the universe. Sure, yeah. It wasn't his fault that some dude was like, hey man, we want to use you as a cloning body, and there's going to be like millions of you that look like you. He was just in the right place, got paid handsomely, was able to get a son out of the package, so now he's a dad. He's just a simple man. He tells Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy. And then what happens to him? He's with, granted, he's with the bad guys, he's on Geonosis, but the Jedi come along, Obi-Wan comes along, and fucking wants to fucking fight him. Why? He just took a job making clones, taking care of his son. Obi-Wan's a dick, in my opinion. And then we get to the end of the movie, Mace cuts his fucking head off. This dude was a father. A father. Mace, you couldn't have used the Force and knocked him out? Why'd you have to chop his head off? That's the Jedi way? The Jedi way is to be like, you're trying to attack me. I know you're dad. Maybe I should try to knock you out or something instead of chopping your fucking head off. And then you got Bubba, right? He's only fucking 7. What? He's a fucking mess, right? Is no daddy now. I'm just saying, the Jedi, I think Jango Fett just got a bad thing because of the fucking Jedi. The Jedis are dicks. That was my thought. That was my thought.
How dare you put two of my favorite characters against each other? You call Obi-Wan a dick.
What did Jango do to him?
It's the perspective. It's like when you watch Cobra Kai and then you realize there's two sides of the story. It isn't about a young child that defeats this terrible bully in a kung fu match. No.
With an illegal kick.
If you look at it from the other perspective, it's this guy that's trained karate his whole entire life, and he's getting his girl slowly taken away by the new kid that comes to town that's showing off and all these things, where his friends have to stick up and try and help him. And then he gets trained by a karate master and hit with an illegal kick and embarrassed in front of everybody. It's the same thing with the bounty hunter stuff. He looked evil to Obi-Wan Kenobi, but then all reality, was he a bad guy or was he just trying to get paid? We're all just trying to get paid.
That is my point. He was literally just trying to make his way through life, and he ended up in a good situation where he got paid handsomely and he got a son out of it. And then he fucking gets his head chopped off. Dick.
I think we can both agree that Mace Windu is the asshole here, not because everyone likes it because it's Samuel Jackson. Well, guess what? You know what? There probably wouldn't have been any snakes on the plane if Samuel Jackson wasn't on that flight.
I'm just saying, why don't they knock him out, use the Force, do something, and throw him in the prison, throw him in a cell, and let the Senate decide his fate? Because you know Jango Fett's gonna break out, so he breaks out eventually, and he's with his son, and then Boba gets raised by his dad. This is what I was thinking. The Jedi took away Boba Fett's dad away from him when he was a child.
Why are you saying Bubba?
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. And first of all, I think we can agree whether it's a movie or whether it's real life, we don't put our faith in the government at all to solve any of our decisions. So leaving it up to the Senate to be able to decide the fate. No.
Well, the Emperor had a hold of the
street justice. You ever watch bum fights? Or they just hire random hobos to fight each other?
Well, now you're backing up Mace, chopping his head off. No, just because he took a job making clones, that is not.
First of all, that wasn't on the street. That was in an arena. Okay, he chopped his head off in an arena.
What is this? What is this? Fucking Gladiator? Maximus.
I think Samuel Jackson, Mace Windu, was just infused with too much testosterone because he was just fighting, trying to get Count Dooku, and then Jango just jumps in like, hey, I'm going to stop you. And then he gets his head sliced off. Like, honestly, that was probably one of the saddest deaths, only because it was so quick. I was like, he's technically a boss, right? Like, he doesn't own anybody, but he's like a main character, kind of. And I have a Vincent van Gogh Starry Night painting, and Jango is flying in the sky with it. So it's like, he's got merch. Why did he die so quick?
Now wait a minute. Not that I'm arguing my own point. Jango maybe should have been more neutral, right? He takes a job. Doesn't matter who he takes a job from. He just takes a job, gets paid. So why did he get involved in the politics? Like, why was he?
The Jedis weren't paying him. The bounty, the Sith were.
That's a good point. Good point.
Nobody even decided to toss out like a welfare check at him or anything. Like, hey man, here's some food stamps. Do you think you might would have switched his side if you would have got maybe some food or some money?
All I'm saying is, like, yeah, what if the Jedi were like, hey, Jango, wait, before we fight, what are they paying you?
You know what? I'll use a real life example here. You work for FedEx.
Yeah.
I fucking hate FedEx.
My second job, yeah.
Yeah, but I hate FedEx because every package, I literally sent you a video of the FedEx door open and packages are just falling out of the back and people are running it over. So from my perspective, FedEx sucks, but from your perspective, it might also suck or it might be good. Honestly, I've never seen anything like that. And people are still picking up their packages. I found something in a bush and I had to send it to the actual owner. So let's just agree to say that it's all about the perspective that you're looking at it. And this would have to be like a draw. I don't think anybody's really in the wrong. I think depending on your situation, it would be maybe like conflicted views. For me, I'm conflicted because I'm a fan of Obi-Wan, and at the same time, I'm a fan of Jango. But if I'm looking from the eyes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's trying to end this villain that is trying to master my plot. And
hold on, let me spin this. I have a sick child, and I need money to pay for something, for a procedure that's going to save his life.
Sell a kidney.
Wait. And what if I can't? Like I said, here's a scenario. I have a sick child. I need money for him to get a procedure, and I can't help him. And I go to a mafia boss, and he's like, hey, you know what? I got a job. And I go do a job. I get paid handsomely. Well, then his arch rival enemy fucking jumps my head off. And then my son fucking can't get his procedure, right? And then he dies. And then what the fuck? You see what I'm saying?
But then you would technically be a bad guy too because of the fact
that I'm not a bad guy. I was just trying to do something.
Yeah, but you just went to a mafia boss, and we all know those guys are corrupt. So you're basically going to crime to get money, which was probably stolen and maybe killed from a family somewhere and then taken from them, or maybe killed a pirate, buried treasure. Like, you got to understand that perspective. That's how you got to look at it through Obi-Wan's eyes. But then you look at it through Mace Windu. Mace Windu was just in a fucking rage trying to fight and going outrageously crazy, going for Count Dooku.
He just
and then
went nuts. Tapped into the dark side a little bit.
It's like when you're walking in a store and there's just somebody like a little kid standing in front of you, and he's like blocking the way. You just walk through the motherfucker. You just walk right through him.
Oh boy! All right, Sith
falls
Talkers
on the ground. Game Boy goes everywhere.
All right, Sith
AA
Talkers.
batteries flinging around.
Hashtag Jango Fett. Bad rep, right? Just did he deserve to get his head chopped off and Bulba leave fatherless? All right, Sith Talkers. So
maybe if Mace Windu had some hair, he'd probably be a lot nicer.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because when you go to a haircut place or a barber, you develop a relationship with that barber where you only want them to cut your hair, and they can talk the small talk. And the best part about the small talk is it feels like a bit of therapy, kind of like your barber's your therapist. Mace Windu doesn't have any fucking hair, so he obviously didn't establish a relationship with his barber. He didn't have the opportunity.
He's a Jedi. He meditates. That's his therapy. He meditates.
That doesn't work all the time. We saw Yoda. He went batshit horny and crazy towards the ending of his years.
All right, so Sith Talkers, let me know what you think. You know, if you agree with Jango Fett getting his head chopped off and the Jedis were dicks. So let me know down below, comments below. Hashtag Jango Fett. All right, Sith Talkers, so you know how we do things here at the beginning after the random thought. Old school. Dick time with Lando. Dick time with Lando. Dick time with Lando. Dick time with Lando.
Who's got the biggest dick? Who's got the biggest dick? Who's got the biggest dick? Who's got the biggest dick?
Dick time with Lando. You know it's Dick time with Lando. Dick time with Lando. Dick time with Lando. Jango Fett should have got his head chopped off. Head chopped off. Left his son without a dad. Dad left.
Come deep. Deep chains.
All right, Sith Talkers, you know what time it is. It's time for Dick Time with Lando. Star Wars character versus Star Wars character. Who has the biggest dick? Right. So, since we got Robbie Wan Kenobi on this week for the What If episode, we're gonna do a little special dick time. So, this week I'm gonna go back to serial characters. And we have, are you ready? Toucan Sam from Fruit Loops versus Sonny, the Cooku Bird from Cocoa Puffs.
Damn, I could have picked a better one than that, dude. I would have been like,
No. So right, they're both.
Hold on.
birds.
You
They're
could have
both
chose
birds.
this. I understand the
Right.
correlation, but I'm saying,
Go.
but we paired up a tiger and a frog. What the fuck does correlation have to do with anything?
But this
anymore?
time I wanted to, right, have two birds. Like you said, they're both birds. So yeah, there's arguing points on both sides. So we got.
Can I just say you could have picked the Cinnamon
Sonny.
Toast Crunch Baker, and then you could have easily picked Lucky from Lucky Charms.
Nope.
They're two humans,
No.
and they're both probably the size of like a foot.
No, we're doing Toucan Sam and Sonny the Cuckoo Bird.
I'm going with Toucan Sam.
Perfect, because I'm going with Sonny the Cuckoo Bird. What? Why does Why Why? Follow
my train
nose.
of thinking.
Follow my nose, right?
So
my nose.
remember when we talked about before about perspectives and how I've been saying random things that I ended up tying in later? If you look at the Cooku bird, everybody says he's cuckoo. Is he? Because if you come off a airplane, you see a homeless man taking his poop and smearing it up against a building, you think that guy's crazy and there's a homeless population issue.
You see art.
You see art. You've been listening to the show.
Yes, I have.
I brought it back in. So I'm saying is you look at that bird, you think he's either nuts or, I don't know, he still looks like a psychopath.
Any bird that's just like, oh, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, he's almost like Judge. He's like nuts. He's crazy. That dude's got a big fucking wank on him.
Nah, I would say Toucan Sam, just because the British accent. He seems like he's definitely well endowed.
Like I said, it's follow your nose. Follow your nose.
To the
wherever
fruity
it
ways.
grows.
Wherever it grows. There you go. Look, you just proved my point.
I'm trying to
He
think
has
of
3
old
kids,
commercials.
and the cuckoo bird doesn't have shit. So I'm guessing he's enough to get laid.
What cereal's more delicious? Absolutely Cocoa Puffs.
I feel like it's too much chocolate.
I love chocolate, right?
Well, like Count Chocula is really good, but then you lean into like the Flintstones when they did Fruity Pebbles
Cocoa
with
Pebbles.
Cocoa. That's way too much chocolate.
No.
I think we can all agree the best cereal, if we're going to say anything chocolate besides Count Chocula, would have to be the cereal S'mores. That was banging.
S'mores cereal? Man, I got s'mores Pop-Tart, s'mores cereal. No,
that was back in the day, though. They canceled that. It was diabetes off the charts.
But when you do like the Cocoa Puffs or the Cocoa Krispies or whatever, dude, it turns your milk chocolate. Yeah, it's just a chocolate.
I don't do milk.
Sonny the cuckoo bird has the biggest dick.
I don't think so. I'm saying
chocolate
Toucan Sam.
Hashtag chocolate dick. Sithtalkers.
Do you want a chocolate dick or do you want a
dick.
fruity dick?
There
I feel
you
like a
go.
fruity dick would be better.
All right, Sithtalkers. All right. Hashtag fruity dick. Hashtag chocolate dick.
But see, like the Fruit Loops guy is more inviting. Like you'd want that guy in your house to meet your family, and all the kids would sit down and eat a bowl with them. But they would take it away from the cuckoo bird because he's just nuts.
He's absolutely like Toucan Sam. He's the one that gets your fucking kids in there. He's like, hey, come eat some Fruit Loops with me, and then fucking locks them in the basement. At least
he
Sonny,
helps them with their math homework.
Ah!
He helps them with their math homework. And then, like, if you look at, like, the cuckoo bird, he's the one that escaped out of the basement. Like, we got this psychopath out killing kids on the side of the street.
All right, so it looks like this week we are not going to agree. I am not going to concede. So, Sithtalkers, you absolutely need to help us out. Hashtag.
You could have went, like, hashtag Cocoa Cock.
Cocoa Dick.
Cocoa Cock. It goes double.
Well, it's hashtag Sonny, hashtag Toucan. All right, Sithtalkers, let us know who's got the biggest dick. And this has been Dick Time with Lando. Dick Time with Lando. Dick Time with Lando. Dick Time with Lando. Who's got the biggest dick? Who's got the bigger dick? Who's got the biggest dick? Who's got the bigger dick? Sonny. He's got the biggest dick. Sonny, the cuckoo bird. Sonny, the cuckoo bird. Sonny, the cuckoo bird. Toucan Sam. Fuck your Fruit Loops. Fuck your Fruit Loops. Fuck your Fruit Loops. Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs. All right. So there you guys go. Another fun cereal edition of Dick Time with Lando. All right. So now let's get into the main.
You know I hate this segment more than all your other segments.
Ooh, muy. Robbie Wan Kenobi! You hate Meesa?
Not that I hate you, I just hate when you talk.
Robbie Wan Kenobi, you know what you need, Meesa friend? All you need is love. All you need is love.
You've made it so when I watch the Star Wars movies now, I can't look at Jar Jar the same like I did when I was a kid.
Love is all you need.
I'm glad you did it with Jar Jar, not like an Ewok, or I'd kill you.
There's nothing you can do that Meesa can't be done. Bum, ba, ba.
Just like car karaoke, but with Jar Jar.
Oh, there's nothing you can see that can't be sung. Oh, me and Captain Topples are, whoa, we're busy. Bum, ba, da, ba, da, bum, bum, ba, ba, ba. All you need is Topples. Whoop, ba, ba, da. All you need is Topples. Ba, ba, da. All you need is Topples. Topples is all you need. 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 Woo! Ooh, Robbie Wan Kenobi? You should know what time it is, sir. It's Movie Quotes with Jar Jar! Woo! Okay, sir. So, Robbie Wan Kenobi, the movie quote from last week's Meesa has spoken. Woo-hoo! It's from Meesa's favorite show right now, The Mandalorian. Woo-hoo! So, Robbie Wan Kenobi, are you ready for the new movie quote, sir? Okay, here we go, Robbie Wan Kenobi. Okay, here we go. Ooh, you should like this one. Okay, here, I try to impression again. Okay, here we go. Meesa see dead Peoplesa.
How does your brother do this? I don't understand.
Woo! Yeah! Ooh, yes, okay, Topples. Sit to top. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm, Topples. Deep breaths, Topples. Yes, Captain Topples, he wants me to calm down, lay off the smack, and just be nice and calm, Jar Jar. Okay. Now, Meesa, come. I will sing you a song. Yes, Topples. Yes. You think that people had enough of Captain Topples. But I look around, Meesa, and I see it isn't so. No. You want to feel the world with Captain Topples. What's wrong with that? Meesa would like to know. 'Cause here I go again.
Next bit. Oh no, I'm dead serious. Lando, I'm done. I'm getting anxiety. I'm over it.
I love you. Woo! Oh, Robbie Wan Kenobi, he wants to hear Jar Jar's love songs.
Dude, I'm gonna leave. I'm dead serious right now.
All right, so the movie quote this week was, I see dead people. I think that's pretty... Jar Jar, once again, man, you need to dig a little deeper in your quotes there, but I think they're pretty easy.
He needs to dig a hole, sit in it, and somebody needs to cover that shit up.
What? Oh, come on. I love Jar Jar.
I did before I figured out what Sith Talkers was, and now it's just like every time I correlate to your version of Jar Jar compared to the real one, so I can't even watch Star Wars when that guy pops up on the screen.
He just likes to sing.
Oh, I've noticed. About 30 minutes of my life I'm probably not getting back.
All right, Sith Talkers. So, hey, Hashtag Jar Jar. I want to see hashtag Jar Jar below. I love Jar Jar. If you love Jar Jar, hashtag Jar Jar. I want to see the
hashtag
comments.
End the bit. End the bit.
End Jar. Okay, so hashtag Jar Jar or hashtag End Jar Jar. There you go. All right, Sith Talkers. So on to the main topic today: the September What If Star Wars scenarios. All right, I like it. I like what ifs. All right, here we go. Robbie Wan Kenobi. So, you want Lando to go first, or do you want to go first? Because I have one prepared.
So, I don't have anything prepared.
You never do. You're like my brother. Like you never have anything prepared.
No, if I was your brother, I would wear the same tank top over and over again. The past like 30 of your guys' videos, he's worn the same red tank top.
Baywatch shirt. Yeah, Baywatch tank top. Yeah. All right. So, Lando's What If this month is what if Luke and Leia were not brother and sister? Yeah. Let that swim around in your head for a bit, Robbie Wan Kenobi. Because guess what? Would Luke eventually end up with Leia? Would Leia even have the Force? Right? So you got to think about it. So we got to go back to the beginning. Padme has only one child. She has Luke Skywalker, right? So then Leia is just born. Maybe she's born on Alderaan and raised as a right.
How has Star Wars not been canceled yet? Nobody even brings up the fact that he kissed his sister.
Wait, no, he didn't know. He didn't know.
So what?
It
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
And they were ready to die. Right? The stormtroopers are ready to get him. They had to swing across the platform.
Dude, you saw it after he kissed her. It felt wrong. And nobody even talks about the incest and that. Like, why is Star Wars still running?
No, they didn't know they were brother and sister. Okay.
Okay. You marry your cousin and find out it's your cousin. It's still fucking wrong.
Anyways, besides that subject, they're not brother and sister. So, do they end up together instead of Han and Leia? Is it Luke and Leia? And maybe Leia still does have the Force somehow.
I'm hashtag team Luke and Han.
What? No. Look. My what if is if Luke and Leia weren't brother and sister. What happens? Like, what could happen? Does Luke?
I don't think they would be together.
You still don't think they would end up together? You still think Leia would end up with Han?
I think it was like a passion of the moment type thing. I still think, yeah, she would end up with Han for sure.
Or does Leia even exist in this scenario? Because if Padme only has Luke, right, there is no twin sister.
I think if that was the last Star Wars ever, I feel like Leia and Han would have went to like a planet somewhere. Han would have developed a severe alcohol issue. Leia would have put on like 50 pounds. Chewbacca would have lost all his hair. Just from stress. Just stress. And then I feel like eventually, Han would be in a ditch somewhere dead from a drunken bar fight. And Leia would probably choke on like a rib or something.
Wait. This is all because they're not brother and sister? What? You got that?
I'm saying if Leia would have ended up with Han Solo, and the movie would have ended at that movie, so they would have found love, and then you have to predict what happened in the next 20 years later. I feel like that's what it would lead to.
All right, wait a minute. So you're saying at the end of Return of the Jedi, when they end up together, you're saying you're making up your own version, like the new movies don't exist, and you're saying
yes,
Han becomes an alcoholic.
Because to me, the new movies don't exist. Oh. That's why. You like that?
Oh, wow. They don't exist to a lot of people. So there's a lot of people upset with the newer movies. But
it probably would have been better if Harrison Ford didn't die.
He had to.
No, he didn't have to.
Yes.
Nobody ever fully
he dies by the by his son in the first one, and then he redeems his son in the last one. It's poetic. It's poetic, right? But you didn't see the last one, so I'm
still thinking about that he kissed his sister. That's what I'm on right now.
No,
that's an issue.
No,
cancel.
No.
Hashtag cancel Star Wars.
No, they didn't. No.
Do you want Cyclops babies running around everywhere? No. Hashtag cancel Star Wars.
What?
Cancel.
I think you're missing the point. The point is, if they're not brother and sister, then they could get together. They could have a child. That child could be the strongest.
Their personalities, you're like Match.com, where you go on a date and it does not match up at all. Like it's 100% off. Let me tell you something. There's no spark there. They didn't even know they were brother and sister. It was a passion of the moment type thing. They would have not went well together. Luke is obviously like an Aquarius, and then fucking Leia is obviously like a Gemini. Their signs would not match up. I don't like this what if.
You don't like this what if.
It's basic.
It's not basic. It's if they weren't brother and sister, it would change like the whole outcome of everything. What are you talking about? Luke could
what if
with Leia.
The Death Star wasn't in the shape of a planet? It was in the shape of like a rectangle. Would that change and create flat earthers? Think it through. Think it through. The Death Star approaches your planet. You see it when you're on the other
like
planet.
A spaceship then.
But it would be flat like a square. You're like, what is that? It's the size of a planet. Oh, I guess our planet is flat. And then you would have all these people go into like this weird freaking schizophrenia type mode where they're all thinking like, if that's what we look like to other planets, I guess we all are flat. It's not a circle. My life is a lie. Your mom's a whore. Leia kissed her.
All right, hold on. So you actually bring up a good point. So like, like maybe like the poorer people like living like on planets that can't afford a spaceship to fly off, right? The spaceship to see like the planets around. There's got to be a group of people who think like the planet's flat.
And that's what happened to the Tusken Raiders. That's why they're all unintelligible. They should have did like a spin-off where the Tusken Raiders and it turns into like Mad Max. That would be awesome.
That would be actually really cool because I like Mad Max. And you got like the vehicles and the spikes and you got the Tusken Raiders. Like I mean, dude, you can picture instead of, the people in the masks and shit, you just picture fucking Tusken Raiders.
Imagine if Luke wasn't imagine when Obi-Wan Kenobi gave Luke. So this is my what if scenario. Imagine if Obi-Wan Kenobi gave Luke Skywalker to Uncle Ben, and is it Uncle Ben and Aunt May? Or is that Spider-Man?
Aunt May is Spider-Man.
Why does Uncle Ben die in every single movie? Like anybody that's named Uncle Ben. Hold on. But no, seriously, this is a good
Uncle Ben. It's Uncle Owen Ben and Aunt Beruth.
Okay. All right. Sorry. It doesn't matter. It's the same end anyway. They all die. So Uncle Owen and Aunt Ruth.
Beruth.
Really? Beruth?
Oh, Jesus.
Not like Baby Ruth? They really fucking sketched out these names, didn't they? Made it really hard for someone to be able to repeat them. But imagine if Obi-Wan gave Luke Skywalker to them as a baby, and then, like, not even 15 minutes later, he says his goodbyes and, flies up into space. And the Tusken Raiders came by and murdered both of them and then took Luke and raised him. Raised him as a fucking Tusken Raider, so he's a savage. And then they have to go down to get Obi-Wan comes back and tries to convince him that he's not this barbarian. And he's got to retrain Luke to turn back into a human, but he's still got to use this Tusken Raider side of him to defeat his father.
It's like raised by wolves, right? You're right, like the concept of a human being raised by animals, and you're like a fucking animal human. So yeah, he would be a fucking savage, like sand person with the fucking force.
Maybe he would have skills to not be like a sensitive piece of trash. Luke was a sensitive piece of trash in that whole movie. He did nothing. Obi-Wan Kenobi did like everything for him. Then he gets his hand sliced off and he cries for 15 minutes about it. That if he was Tusken Raider and he got his hand cut off, he would have put it up on the grill and then grilled it and then ate it. Like, I don't care. Ain't gonna stop my day.
It's actually pretty interesting. What if Luke Skywalker was raised by Tusken Raiders because they came along and slaughtered?
Then it would be okay for him to kiss his sister.
Because he's a savage.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Oh, all right.
And honestly, if you think about it, if he was raised that way, he probably would have like a different match profile. He wouldn't look like so much like, I picture when I look at Luke, I picture like his Tinder profile where it's him holding like a puppy. But then if you think of the Tusken Raider side of him, it would be him on top of like a bear with a machine gun. And I think Han Solo, that would mess up the whole movie because then Han Solo couldn't boss him around. Because Luke was kind of taking Han Solo's trash throughout the whole entire movie. Like, Han would be like, yeah, shut up, kid. But then if Luke was a Tusken Raider, part Tusken Raider, he probably would have destroyed C-3PO, turned R2-D2 into a trash can, and then he would have thrown Han Solo in that trash can, and he would have took over the Millennium Falcon. Then he would have crashed it back on the planet, and then they would have all stood on top of it and went, whatever the freaking noises that they make. Yeah, the grunts.
Yeah, whatever. Wow. What the fuck?
Honestly, that would be a really good spinoff.
Where did this go? This went from Luke being the sweet farm boy to this fucking savage, like, killer. Destroying 3PO, R2, Han.
Maybe that would cause him to turn into a bounty hunter.
He's like, fuck you.
Maybe that would cause him to turn him into a bounty hunter.
Oh my God. He'd probably be a savage bounty hunter then. He'd probably be the best bounty hunter on Tatooine.
Bounty hunters are savage.
Boba Fett would come down and this little flame, and Luke could be like, fuck him up.
He's flame retardant. You just can try and set him on fire, but his armor, he would be so much cooler if he was a Tusken Raider.
Luke or Boba Fett?
It would be like the movie John Carter. I'm pretty sure that's the Tusken Raider spinoff, is the movie John Carter.
Somebody kills like the little pet that he has, and he just goes fucking ape shit and kills an entire race of people.
Well, more like he lands on this planet, and then he's got to try and survive while these creatures kind of bring him part of his group.
See, I think what you're failing to realize is that Luke Skywalker...
Virginia! That would be his Tusken Raider name, Virginia.
You do realize the sweet, innocent farm boy, Luke Skywalker, blows up the Death Star and kills a bunch of innocent people. That's not savage enough for you? That's not savage enough for you. He blew up about 1,000 people on the fucking Death Star.
Okay, it's easy. It's like launching a nuke. You just press the button, and then the rest of the stuff does the work. If he was raised by Tusken Raiders, he would have flown onto that thing, and he would have single-handedly killed everyone on that Death Star before blowing it up. Yes.
That would be the difference, because he's a fucking, like, Tusken
Then he would have saw Frank, and then he would have been like, fuck that.
And they would have teamed up.
He would have hopped in an escape
So you got Tusken Luke, and you got Tank the Frank, and Frank the Tank. He releases them, and it's over. And they fly off together, and then
they go back to their homeland on the desert island, and the next thing you know, he has like a backyard where Frank the Tank is sitting out there, tied up to like a giant stone boulder, just for show. He could move that boulder whenever he wants, and he comes out there and feeds them like arms of Jawas.
All right, Sith Talkers, so there you go. There are the what-if scenarios this week. I thought I had a pretty normal one, just Luke, Leia. They're not brother and sister. What if? And then Robbie Wan Kenobi. What if Luke Skywalker was raised by the Tusken Raider, the Sand People on Tatooine? Hashtag Savage Luke. All right, Sith Talkers. So what do you think of the what-ifs? What are your what-ifs? I ask you every month. If you give me...
I just picture Savage Luke talking to Han Solo being like, look at me. I am the captain now. I am the captain now.
I don't think he'd be able to speak English. So I think he'd be like grunting and like what? Ship mine.
Slices.
You're crazy, kid.
Rips off Lando's mustache.
It's like Indiana Jones. He fucking like rips out Han Solo's heart. And fucking eats it.
That's another movie.
Anyway. All right, Sith Talkers. Let me know. Comments below. Hashtag what if scenarios. Let me know your what ifs, and I will use them on future what if episodes. I've done it in the past, and I will do it again. Give me your what if, and I will absolutely use it.
I dare anybody to challenge my what ifs.
Yours are, Luke the Tusken Raider. Who else is going to
imagine if Luke had a brother, Tusken Tim?
Oh boy.
He was raised by the Tuskens. Uncle Owen left him for dead. That's an even better story.
Oh boy.
Obi-Wan gave him 2 kids. They only kept Luke, and they ditched the other one. And he was raised by Tuskens, and they call him Tusken Tim.
Tiny Tim. Oh, Tim. What happened, Tim?
I like this one. And then he went to high school and he went to grade school with Luke, but they didn't know that they were brothers. And then they kissed and they realized they were brothers then.
Right. Okay. All right, Sith Talkers. So we're going to do one more segment and then we'll wrap it up today. So Robbie Wan Kenobi, I found this especially for you, and I'm going to bring back, because it's been a little bit, the Star Wars Encyclopedia Character Fact of the Week. All right. It's been a while since we've done the Encyclopedia Character Fact, and I found this character especially for you. Sorry, so all the YouTubers, you're going to get to see it. All right, Sith Talkers, so here we go. Here is the character from Robbie Wan Kenobi, just for you. Cantina Band character, Fergrin Don. There you go.
His head looks like a peach.
If you've seen Star Wars, the Cantina band members, they look like this. So
now I know George Lucas was looking in between a girl's legs when he thought of the face for this character.
Oh boy. All right, so stay with me, Robbie Wan Kenobi and Sith Talkers. This is a little long explanation for Fergrin Don. All right, here we go.
Sounds like an old mobster.
Right? All right. This Biff musician and his band played their brand of music all over the galaxy, although an engagement on Tatooine was almost their last. Fergrin Don remained politically neutral, something that probably kept him and the band alive, desperate, witnessing some horrific acts spurred by the Galactic Civil War. The band, Fergrin Don, and the Modal Nodes, so there's the band name, Modal Nodes, included Don on the Clue horn and Gasson string drums, Doik Nats on the Dorian Besniquel, man, I don't know how to pronounce these instruments, or Fizz, Tiden Dai, and Iqbal Gaunt on fanfare, Nalan Chil on Banfield with horn bells, and Tech Mox, who enhanced the music with a difficult-to-play Omnibox. Lurin Karn provided backup on the Clue horn. So that's what's in the picture, the Clue horn. Fergrin loved to play sabak and used Glitstrom spice. He couldn't be bribed outright, but the large-headed Don gambled away information about things that he had seen. For each of his own winning hands, he gave away some desired tidbit to the loser. And the band came to Tatooine and were hired by crime lord Jabba the Hutt, but they incurred his wrath by accepting a one-time gig at the wedding of Lady Valerian, which dissolved into anarchy. The band escaped and was given shelter and a job by Woo-Her, bartender at the Mos Eisley Cantina, owned by the Wookiee named Chalmun. It was there witness Ben Kenobi put down two things with the lightsaber. Figurin lost ownership of all the band's instruments and in the Sabak game, but eventually bought them back, and the troop continued on its galactic tour. Wow, fucking story.
How is that not a series on Netflix?
So hold on, he liked Sabaka's cards, so he liked gambling, and he gambled all the band's instruments away and lost them all. What a dick! He got them back, though. He bought them back.
He had a gambling addiction. We were right when we said the drug addiction in the beginning. I knew there was something off. I tell you, I call all this stuff before it happens. I'm saying Mr. Rogers. Man, Mr. Rogers.
That is hilarious. Oh, man. That's good. Fergan Don. All right, Sith Talkers. So I'm going to do the pre-wrap. As always, I just want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with us this week. We are your alternative Star Wars podcast. So please, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, hit the bell notifications. All new episodes drop on Sunday night at 7 p.m. All the audio listeners, I love you guys so much. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Sticher, any podcast platform. Give us a 5-star rating. Give us a review. Check us out. Tell all your friends. Follow us on all the social media platforms at Sith Talkers, on Instagram, on the Twitter, on Facebook. Shoot me an email, sithtalkers@gmail.com. Shoot me your what if. I will use it. All right. There you go. And for Robbie Wan Kenobi, because he won't do this himself, check out Robbie Wan Kenobi's podcast, Out of the Blank, at Out of the Blank. Check him out on all the social medias. He has conversations with everyday people from all walks of life. He has conversations, and it could be about anything. And Lando will be on a upcoming episode again, so that will be fun. So go check out Robbie's podcast, Out of the Blank. There you go. All right, Sith Talkers, this has been episode 77, the September Star Wars What If Scenarios. I've been your host, as always, Mike Ferrando, joined by my What If Scenario host, Robbie Wan Kenobi. And may the Force be with you, Sith Talkers, always. All right. I like it. So, real quickly here at the end, there was a few things, but what I'd like to bring up here at the end before we sign off is Boba Fett, because we were kind of talking about Jango Fett, Boba Fett. Boba Fett did get confirmed for The Mandalorian Season 2, and I guess, dude, his agent, spilled the beans about it. Yeah. So, yeah, he is, confirmed for Mandalorian Season 2. Boba Fett will be in it. I just, I like things being, I guess, secret, right? Because Baby Yoda was a complete secret. And there was rumors Boba Fett would be in the show, but there's still a little bit of doubt. You're not sure. Well, now it's, confirmed. So I guess the shock of it won't, it won't, really be there.
Did George Lucas die?
No.
So they got him frozen too?
What?
Like Walt Disney?
What do you mean?
They got their head frozen.
What? No, George
you never
Lucas
heard of that?
Alive.
Walt Disney has his head frozen somewhere, is what the rumor is.
Yeah, I watched, because I have Disney Plus, I watched a documentary on Walt Disney. Yeah, he believed in, freezing.
So, the Mandela effect comes with Star Wars. We talk about C-3PO. Did you know there's a Mandela effect? Do you know what Mr. Rogers actually said compared to what everybody remembers him saying?
What phrase?
The neighborhood thing. How does it go?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
My neighbor.
That's not it though. It actually is. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Everyone remembers it.
Everybody says the.
Yeah, I watched it. He goes, "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood," because he only gives a shit about his own neighborhood. He doesn't care about anybody else's. Selfish son of a bitch.
I like the sweater. I wear cardigan sweaters, man.
So does Bill Gates, but everybody hates him right now.
Hey, and Mr. Rogers is a saint, okay? He's a saint.
I know he's not.
I don't care what you say. He's a saint. Hey, till the enders, I want hashtag Mr. Rogers below. Hashtag Mr. Rogers. Okay, and another real thing before we sign off. Have you watched Black Mirror on Netflix?
No.
You've never seen any Black Mirror episode?
You told me this the first time we ever talked, was that a lot of my ideas sound like something from Black Mirror.
Yeah, because they're all twisted and shit. All right, anyways.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the director from Black Mirror is going to be directing the new Cassian Andor series on Disney Plus, which is a spinoff from Rogue One. So that's really interesting to me that the guy who directed Black Mirror is going to be directing a Star Wars show on Disney Plus. That's really interesting. I mean, obviously it's not going to be like sick and twisted, but I just thought that was really cool. They got a Black Mirror director. Yeah.
It's like when someone talks about Game of Thrones, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyways. All right, Sith Talkers. On that note, we are out. Robbie Wan Kenobi. So, you want to know Watto's what if scenario? Robbie Wan Kenobi.
Thought it was over.
No. So, Watto, what if
No.
scenario? Right, okay. So, I was thinking, what if Luke Skywalker was raised... Wait for it, Robbie Wan Kenobi. It's so smarty of me. I just thought of this all by myself. What if Luke was raised by... Tusken Raiders?
Sounds like a show. Sounds like a show.
He would be a savage.
I like it.
Yes. Yes.
Too bad Netflix will only play child porn stars and they won't pick up this idea.
Yes. So Robbie Wan Kenobi. So, the band member, he got into a little bit of trouble, and he came to see Watto, and Watto helped him out. Yes. He didn't have the money to get his instruments back. I had his instruments. So, I had to take him to the room, and there's a curtain. So, Robbie Wan Kenobi, there's a curtain in Watto's shop where you go back to the room, and you put the curtain. And you know what happens in the room stays in the room. Let's just say he had all his instruments after it was over. Yes. All right, here we go. All right, ready? Suck on your fucking...
I pause it at least in the fucking videos now. Ever since you told me after we first podcast, you're like, I can hear that fucking vape. I fucking have been muting it ever since. I do it now.
There you go, man. I'm sure other people appreciate it.
Doubt it.
It's just me.
Still get to see me fucking vape on screen. Hashtag equal rights, and if you don't hashtag it, you're an asshole.
All right, so... All right, Sith Talkers.
Hold on, I'm just gonna laugh because people are gonna be like hashtag equal rights, and a Star Wars post is gonna pop up in like a gay marriage post, and it's gonna be hilarious.
No, I know.
If it was like What, did you think it was spelled T-O-O-C-A-N
Fuck, dude,
before?
Fruit Loops? Fruit is F-R-O-O-T on the box. It is.
I think that's fruit by the foot.
No, it's Fruit Loops.
There you go.
Fruit
That's
Loops
another thing in my corner. Fruit by the foot? Are you kidding me? You have a dick that's a foot? I don't even think it was actually a foot, to be honest with you. Sometimes I rolled that thing out. I was like, what is this shit? Can I toss one out now?
I'm wrapping up this.
I want to do Lucky Charm versus the Bacon Guy.
Dick time is over. It's over. It's past. It's done.
It's like Christmas.
It's gone.
You wait all year for it, and then it's gone in like an hour.
Exactly.
After all the presents are, you don't fucking stay to talk to your family.
And hello there.